Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get started with Combust. And Combust is a CLI for creating React-based web apps really quickly. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to just install Combust, and you can do that by executing npm install -g combust. And then this is just going to take a minute or two to install. So once you have Combust installed, you can start creating projects. And you can do that by executing combust create and then your application name. So I'm going to call it my first app. And then it's just going to go ahead and create the project based on a template and then install the npm dependencies. And once that's done, we can start up the application. Okay, now that our project's ready, we can cd into it and then start it up with npm start. And then it's just going to automatically load up the browser and launch our web app. So we have this bare bones web app here, and we can get started by just following the instructions on screen. And the first thing we're going to need to do is create a Firebase project. So you can just click this link. And even if you haven't done anything with Firebase before, you shouldn't really have any problems. Any type of Google account, if you're logged in with a Google account, it should work. I just created a fake Google account here. So we can just click add project, and I'll just call it my first app. And then it'll just take a minute or two to create that on Firebase. And once this is created, we'll run a command called combust configure, and what that'll do is it'll link up our project with this Firebase database. Don't worry if you've never used Firebase before, it's really not a big deal. Combust will handle most of the database operations for you. So now we can just execute this command combust configure in a new terminal tab. And we can see that before we get started running combust configure, we have to install the Firebase CLI first, so I'll do that. And then this will just take a minute or two as well. So now that we have the Firebase CLI installed, I'll go ahead and just clear out that output. And we can see that we need to log into the CLI, so we'll do that with Firebase login. And then you'll just go ahead and click whatever account you made your Firebase app with and allow. Okay, now that we're logged in, we can run combust configure to link up our app with our database. And we'll select my first app. Okay, so now our application is hooked up with our database, and our next step is just to enable email password authentication in Firebase. And you can do that by just clicking this edit button in the top row, hitting enable, saving it, and then refreshing our web app. So now we need to create our first user on our app, and we can just click to our register route. Combust will also handle your routing for you. It creates a login route, a registered route, and a profile route as well. So we'll just sign up with this email, and we can see that we have a profile, we have our email here, we can log out if we want, we can log back in, and then we can view our profile. So it'll give us a little picture and like a little template page that we can edit later. Next, we want to install a Combust module, and modules are units of code that get injected directly into your application, but they work from front to back. So they'll handle your UI code, your state management on the client, and they'll handle your database interactions with Firebase as well. So there's a few of these that I've made so far. Here we can see the Combust install friends with the friends module. So let's go ahead and run that. And we can see that it's installing dependency modules as well for chat and notifications. So now you see that we have this friends list over here on the right that we didn't have before. No one's showing up because we don't have any friends, obviously. And we have this little notification bell as well, but we obviously don't have any notifications. So let's create a new user so that we can add him as a friend. Go ahead and sign up, and then let's send him a friend request. So we'll look for that guy's account, and we'll send him a request. And you can see that this guy has a new notification, and he has a friend request. And the friends module is using this notification module, but if you create new code, you can use the notification module as well. And other people, if they want to make new Combust modules, they can go ahead and sync up with this notifications module as well. So let's go ahead and accept that friend request. And we can see that these guys are now friends, which is awesome. And we have this little chat when we click it, and we can say, hey dude. And the other guy will get the message as well. So let's go ahead and close that. There's also a post module. So we have this little template post here, but let's go ahead and actually install this. So now we can go ahead and start creating posts. So I'll say, hey guys, what's up? And I'll save the post. And we have this post here. And it can be replied to, it can be liked. So I'll reply to my own post. I'll say, hi. But it can also be replied to by other users as well. If we go ahead and copy this guy's, actually we can just search for him. So let's look for his profile. It's not showing up. Oh, that's why. And let's go ahead and reply to this post. Hello. And we can see that b@b.com is getting the notification that he replied, but he's also getting it in real time. And then he can like that guy's comment, and this guy will get a notification saying that it was liked. And he can like his own comment if he's very vain. So that's the basics of modules. The next thing that's also really important is the combust generate command. And you can use this to create your own custom code really quickly. So we can see this example here, combust generate blogs. So we want to create a blogging platform. And we're saying that our blog should have a title, which is a string, and a body, which is text. And the only difference between these two data types, string and text, is that string will show up as an input and text will show up as a text area, but they're both strings, obviously. And then we can also create images as well. So if we create our field intro image and give it a data type image, we'll be able to upload an image for that value. The other values are Boolean and number, which you can obviously understand what they are. So let's go ahead and copy this command. And it's going to publish new database rules so that people can't edit other people's blogs. And you can see that it creates this new route here called My Blogs. So let's click that. And here's our list of blogs, but it's empty. So let's create a new one. And we can see that we have our title that we said we wanted, our body, which is the text area, and our intro image. So let's say my first blog. And let's upload an image. Oh, pinwheel. So let's upload this image. And we can see that we just need to enable storage first. And this is the last thing we should have to do with Firebase, and then we can kind of forget about it. So all we have to do here is just click Get Started, and then got it. And now we should be able to upload pictures to Firebase, or any file that we want, really. Now we may need to run this. So let's create a new one again, now that we have our file storage up. And we can see that our image was uploaded to Firebase, and we can save that. And now we have our list of blogs, and we can view that blog. But other people can view it as well. So let's go ahead and open it up as someone who's anonymous. And we can see that he can read the blog. But if we update this blog, it'll also update in real time. So it's got that kind of Firebase feel. So we'll give them exclamation points and we'll change the picture to my desktop background. And then we'll save it. And we can see that this guy's view of the blog updated in real time. And then all the data structures that are created with Combust Generate will be real time by default. So if you want, you can go in there and change that to a once query so that it won't use as much bandwidth, but that's really up to you. So yeah, those are the basics of Combust. If you want, you can look at a full list of the modules that I have so far here. But you can also create your own modules and then publish them to NPM. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything you would like to see changed or anything that didn't make sense. Okay, thanks guys.